Hey everyone, Mr. Newman here, and we're going to learn about systems of equations and inequalities. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some ways to do these test problems that avoid a lot of the algebra we've learned in this unit. This is twofold. First off, it's for the students who are panicking and going, I don't understand any of this. These are some ways for you to figure out some of the answers to the problems without having to have learned all the things we've been doing this semester. This is also for the students who have learned all the things we've done this semester. This is for you a way for you to check each problem. If you can do each problem in two different ways, then you can be more sure that you have the correct answer. So what I would recommend is if you already know how to do all these problems, listen to each of these ways to do them, and recognize that you can use these strategies during the test. All right, let's get started. First off, the Walkersville High School Theater is selling tickets to The Little Mermaid. Adult pre-sale tickets are $10, that's important, and student pre-sale tickets are $8. A total of 485 tickets are sold for $4,280. How many of each type of ticket are sold? Hopefully you guys set up a system of equations and solved it and found the correct answer. However, you don't have to do that. This other way takes a little bit more time, but you could use guess and check. For example, that first one, part A, we want the total of 485 tickets. Well, when you add 244 and 230, you get 478. That's not 485. So, A cannot be correct. Likewise, D, the same two numbers added together, that doesn't add up to 485, the total number of tickets. So D can't be correct either. So just by reading one sentence and understanding what the question's asking, we've already increased our chances, if we have to guess, down to 50-50. We can do even better though. The tickets, the adult tickets are $10 each. So if we have 200 adult tickets, then that's going to be 200 times 10 is $2,000. Likewise, the student tickets are $8 each, so those 285 tickets would cost $2,280. When you add those two numbers together, that adds up to exactly the amount we want, $4,280. Let's check. You can circle B, but it's always a good idea when you're using this method to check every single answer choice. On part C, or answer choice C, 285 adult tickets would be $2,850, and 200 student tickets at $8 each would be $1,600. Add those together, it is not 4,280, so that is not the correct answer. All right, for problem number 2, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to graph this in the calculator. First off, in order to graph in the calculator, you need to get y by itself. So let's just add 21x to both sides, and then divide by 12. You could simplify this, but we can type that into the calculator as it is, and so we don't need to simplify and increase our chances of error. Let's leave it like that. For the other equation, when you do the same steps, you get y equals 7/4 x minus 10/4. And the other video will show you how to graph it. All right, for number 3, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to plot each of these points. You see the points they're talking about. The solution is always where the 2 points intersect. So this solution is going to be -3, 5. Number 4, Mackenzie needs to earn at least $350 to pay for her trip to the OC. There are only 11 weekends left before she goes. Mackenzie can make $50 mowing the lawn on a weekend and $35 cleaning the bathrooms. She can only do 1 during a single weekend. So that 11 weekends, that's the same as saying she can only do 11 things because she can only do 1 during a single weekend. The mowing the lawn is $50 and cleaning the bathrooms are $35. Those are important to add up to $350. X is the number of mowings and Y is the number of cleanings. The fastest way to solve this, I think, is to create a system of equations and use elimination to solve for X and Y. However, this is a system of inequalities, so we cannot actually get the exact value. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you, you actually don't want to write down a system of equations in order to solve them. You could write down the expressions in order to help you guess and check. But this way, I would highly recommend using guess and check and checking each of these. So first off, there are only 11 weekends. So 3 plus 9 is 12. That would be 12 weekends. So A is not a possible answer choice because that's too many weekends. She said she could do up to 11 weekends, so she could do less than that. So all the rest are fine because they all add up to 8. Now, here we're going to calculate how much each weekend makes her. The 5 is the number of mowings, and it's $50 per mowing, so 50 times 5 gives us $250. That's how much money she makes from her mowings in choice B. For 3 number of cleanings, she makes $35 each for those. So that's $105. That adds up to $355, which is enough. It's more than $350. It's at least $350. So this is a possible correct answer. But like I said before, it's always good to check every single answer choice just to make sure we got the right one. So let's write down what each of the other calculations are. I'm going to write them out. You add them up. Notice that answer choice C adds up to $325. That is not enough. And likewise, choice D is only $280. That is also not enough. So answer choice B is the correct choice. Ayana helps to buy some iTunes songs at 99 cents each and some new apps at $2.99 each. Her phone only has room to store at most 25 items. That's 25 songs and or apps. Ayana has a gift card worth $20. Which combination below can Ayana not buy? So the iTunes songs are 99 cents, new apps are $2.99, and there's 25 more items is the maximum. Her gift card is worth $20, and you notice that not, it's underlined and bolded. That is so important because if we come across one that does work and think it's asking for one that does work, we might be tempted to stop there. So I would circle, underline, star that not because that is very, very important to our answer. Now, first thing I want to check is the 25 more items, okay? All these items add up to less than 25, so that restriction actually doesn't matter in this problem. So we're good there. Check. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out how much each of these setups cost, okay? So 12 songs are 99 cents each, 2 apps are $2.99 each, so you add those two together and you get $17.86. That cannot be it because we're asking which one can she not buy, and she can afford that. For answer choice B, 15 songs at 99 cents each, and 2 apps at $2.99 each comes out to $20.83. That is one that she cannot afford. So can't afford. Now, I would recommend going through and checking C and D, but another testing strategy is if you're running low on time or if you're worried about time, start and circle it and write a sentence to yourself saying, hey, come back and check these, check C and D, and go on for now, which is what I'm going to do, okay, for the sake of time. Now, the solution to this linear system of equations, this graph got a little shifted over, but the point is supposed to be right there on the dotted line. Underline or circle or make some kind of note of the differences between the answer choices because they all look like big, long sentences to me like this. Notice A and C say the point is on a solid line. B and D say the point is on a dashed line. So, if you're just looking at the point, clearly it's on a dashed line, so A and C cannot be correct. The other difference between B and D is that B says it's not a solution, D says it is a solution. So here's where you have to actually know your math. For B, because it's on a dotted line, that means the point is not included in the equation, so it is not a solution. So circle answer choice B. For this next one, because it's multiple choice again, we can just guess and check and try each of the answer choices. So while on spring break, Sydney bought 3 hot dogs and 6 deep fried Oreos for $14.70. Taylor bought 4 hot dogs and 3 deep fried Oreos for $13.60. What I'm going to do is I'm going to check each of these, first with what Sydney bought and then with what Taylor bought. And remember, each thing has to be true for both friends in order for it to be a solution to the system. So if the hot dogs were $1.20 each, then when Sydney bought 3 of them, that should have cost $3.60. And the 6 Oreos, deep fried Oreos, should have been $15 at $2.50 each. So that does not add up to $14.70, so that is not one of the possible correct answers. I'm just going to go through each of these and show you guys the work. When you add them together, the second choice is $17.25. That's not $14.70 either, so that's not a possible choice. And the third one adds up to $13.50. That's not a possible choice either. So what's funny here is we actually know the correct answer, even though we didn't have to try both equations. Now, you have to be very careful because on the test, what will likely happen is one of the equations will work and you'll circle it as the right answer, but it's not correct because both equations won't have worked. So what I'm going to do is here, I'm going to show you guys that this equation works. Sydney bought all his things for $14.70, and Taylor also needs to buy the stuff for $13.60. So we need to check both of them to make sure they're correct. And sure enough, $13.60 is correct, so D is the right answer. All right, for number 8, we're again going to use guess and check because we can just plug in each of those points. I'm going to actually start with the bottom equation because it has fewer coefficients, so it's going to be way faster to check. And when I plug in 3 for x and -4 for y, -4 plus 7 is 3. So notice I'm not circling A as the right answer because it's got to be the solution to both of them. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and check this bottom equation all 4 times. Okay, -4 is not 4 plus 7, so that's not one of the possible right answers. 3 plus 7 is not -4, so that's not one of the possible right answers. But -3 plus 7 is 4, so A or D, one of those two, is the correct answer. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to check the top equation. So let's plug in 3 for x and -4 for y. Is that equal to 25, which is what we want it to be? Well, 9 plus 16 becomes 25, so yes, it is correct. Let's check D, even though we're pretty sure it will not work. We plug in 4 for x, -3 for y, and we get 12 plus 12, which is not 25. So D cannot be correct, which means A is the right answer. Thank you guys very much for watching.